Hello, welcome to the build guide for the Vanguard that doesn't melee. I'm not even going to bother talking about it. Most of you probably won't believe me. I don't think anyone's really done anything like this before. I'm just going to go over the build here, but check out the gameplay video if you want to see it in action and in gold, coming in first place. It is totally viable. And I actually prefer playing this way because I like other classes' melee builds, and the Vanguard actually has some really great stuff going on for a full powers-based build. So, uh, attention, everyone that um, everyone that rolled a human adept and then complained about not being able to kill things with biotics. Um, you should have rolled Vanguard. Oops, that's a soldier. Should have rolled Vanguard. Sorry, but it's not too late. Check it out. We're gonna have nothing in barrier, so this is gonna be a fairly squishy build. This is definitely like the definition of a glass cannon, so be prepared for that. You're gonna have to kind of get used to the play style and learn how to stay alive. Charge is gonna be basically our only source of survival. But Apex training. This is something that other Vanguard classes don't have. So this is like when I look at any class, I look at what do they have that other classes don't have, and then that's gonna want to be a part of the build because otherwise you're just being derivative of something else. So Apex training on a Vanguard is unique, and what do you get from it? Well, we're gonna get power damage. You could go for weapon damage, but we're gonna go for power because this is gonna be a full power-based class. Rank 5, however, this is gonna help strengthen one of our weaknesses. So our weapon isn't going to have a lot of like bonus damage from anything, but we are going to have the additional spare ammo and the headshot and weak point bonus. So as long as you're good at aiming for weak points or, guessing where the weak point is when you're off host, with a full auto weapon, you can actually still pump out some good damage. And aerial combat training is not really going to serve any purpose for this build. And then rank 6, since we're going to be a powers build, we're not going to take the weapon stuff here. I recommend the equalizer. We'll just get that out of the way right away. It's accurate, it's functional at a decent distance, and it shoots fast, so you're able to get a lot of weak point shots with that if you know where to aim. And that's going to do good enough damage without this, but with this, that it'll kill reasonably fast for your needs. So anyways, Power Specialist, this is what's really unique here. So the blanket 20% all recharge speeds is kind of what piqued my interest most with this. The power damage and power force is nice too, but the recharge speed is going to really make a difference here. For Shockwave, since we're relying on powers for our big damage, we're going to want the damage and force. In total, Shockwave doesn't actually get that high. You see only 390 there, and then the bonuses from here, but it's still going to be something you want it to do good damage and not lower damage. In rank 5, and radius, I feel like Shockwave, if you play with it enough that you understand its range and its radius and stuff, you don't need bonuses to it. You can kind of play around with it enough and with your positioning that you can shoot it where you need and get the targets you need. Rank 5, recharge speed. We want to cast this a lot, so that's a good option. And just like I was saying, for radius, same reasoning applies to reach, that you don't really need it. And rank 6, this one, if you want to go for armor, like if you're really adamant that you want your point there, go ahead. I get a real kick out of lifting Shockwave, and I just like it a lot. But they're both good choices. I just prefer lifting Shockwave. Nova is going to be our heavy hitter. This is going to be where you get a lot of your damage from. It hits in a pretty wide area, and it's going to hit hard. So let's take some damage and force in rank 4. We don't really need the radius, although it would have been nice to just have it. In rank 5, we're going to take anti-armor because shields are going to be dropping fast enough, but armored targets we're going to want some help killing, so this is going to take a good chunk out of their health. Yeah, don't need shields there. Rank 6 Seismic Nova, that's going to give it more damage, more force, and it's going to prime stuff for detonation. So it's gonna like this is gonna be what makes it so you can actually like knock enemies off the map, like launch them really far in the air, and plus it's gonna do more damage. It's just all around really great and shield powered. It's gonna consume all my shields when I use it. Why the hell would I ever want that? Anyways, charge. This is gonna be what our gap closer, our initiator. We're gonna be casting this basically every time it's off cooldown. In rank 4, take the damage in force because we are powers based class, and that's where our big damage comes from. We're gonna want every little bit we can get. In rank 5, take the power synergy. So what this is gonna, or the reason we use this as our opener basically is because of this. So you want to cast your Nova and your Shockwave within the 5-second window after charging, so it has that 25% bonus. And then in rank 6, the recharge speed would have been nice, but we're going to really want that damage resistance and the additional shields restored. And it doesn't hurt that it also increases the damage. So, I mean, as you can imagine, just with those descriptions, you're going to charge in, you're going to Nova. If you want to space out, like charge Nova, charge Shockwave, go ahead. If you want to go for all burst, you go charge Nova, Shockwave. It just kind of depends on what the situation calls for, and yeah, for consumables here, I would say you're going to want something out of power. Either take a biotic power amp if you want to hit harder, or the safer and more reliable choice is going to be power efficiency mods, because that's going to make it so you can charge more often and get those shields back, keep that damage resistance debuff buff up. And you're not going to have any way of really restoring shields outside of that, because that 1 point we have in barrier, that's just 25% max shields. Nothing for like helping stay alive, like regenning them or whatever. Anyways, after you get up your power mod, I guess the other one that I'd probably take would be an ammo. A good cryo would be a good choice. Again, to help out with your survivability things, but any ammo could do, and a lot of other boosters could be fine there too. Just make sure you have either that efficiency or the damage amp there. And then for equipment, that adaptive war amp that you might not have bought because you thought it was useless, well, that's what I recommend using, because it's going to increase your biotic damage. And then for weapon, the equalizer, like I said in various other videos, it's basically a perfect weapon for a powers-based class. So that would be my definite recommendation. One alternative that I've been really thinking about a lot would be the Hurricane, but I'm in a situation right now where my Equalizer is rank 10, my Hurricane's rank 1, so I feel like the Equalizer performs a bit better right now. If I did have like a rank 10 Hurricane, I might be using that instead. We'll just have to see when I someday get that. So I know you might still not believe it, but this build actually is really good. Definitely try it for yourself, or just watch my gameplay video, or both. You know, I think this is the way that I envision this class, like with these abilities, and melee can stick to the other ones. So, so let me know what you think, and let me know what kind of results you have trying it out for yourselves. Thanks for watching.